Hey guys, it's been a while. I don't work at Donut anymore, and I haven't for a while. I wasn't allowed to talk about it, but now I am. Most of you have probably already guessed that, but it is official. From the mouth of me, I don't work at Donut Media anymore, and I started a new channel, this one. It's called Speed with 3 E's. Welcome to Speed. I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm leaving Donut, what I'm gonna do next, what this channel is gonna be. I am very excited and very nervous, to be honest, about the next chapter in this journey, but luckily, I'm not doing it alone. One, I've got you guys, the best friends a fellow could have. And two, the real OGs have definitely heard this guy's name, but you might not recognize his face. The former chief creative officer, creative director of Donut, my best friend and creative soulmate, Jesse Wood, is behind the camera right now. We're doing it together. But before we get into the future, I think it would only be appropriate to acknowledge the past. I need to call out how special the last 9 years have been. Working for Donut and on Donut has been the experience of a lifetime, and by far, like not even close, the coolest thing that I've ever done. I got to meet and in a lot of ways grow up with an amazing group of extremely talented, dedicated, and genuinely good people. I am so grateful for that. I'm grateful for them, and I'm grateful for you guys. I mean, it goes without saying that Donut...
Trump also repeatedly attacked the prosecutors, judge, and jury in Stone's trial and contended without evidence that the foreperson of the jury, which unanimously convicted Stone, was dishonest in the jury questionnaire. However, she had previously made anti-Trump social media posts and had retweeted a social media post about Roger Stone's initial arrest shortly after it happened before the trial. Another juror stated that she had not been there, that had she not been there, they would have returned the same verdict, but faster, insisting the jury foreman was impartial, focused on the process. Stone lobbied.
Would not be what it is without you guys. And my life would not be what it is without you either. I mean, guys, straight up, my life used to kind of suck. And now, it's pretty sweet. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for allowing me to do this. Donut has gone through a lot of phases. Countless milestones, a bunch of people and faces since it started in 2015. And I want to take some time to give credit to those people and highlight some of those momentous events that shaped Donut and really my life. So, some of you have been asking for it. I thought it'd be fun, if you guys don't mind. This is everything you need to know to get up to speed on Donut. This is the first email I ever got from Donut Media. At this point, Donut was a small production company. They were like 3 months old. They were mostly making cool stunt videos with Formula D drivers. I was a huge fan of Ryan Turk from his videos on Network A. He also drove in this video with Chris Forsberg and Tony Angelo called Bloodmasters. Coolest shit ever. I was in love with it. And when I heard that the guys who put that together were involved in this new thing called Donut, I was super excited to meet with them. Donut was started at the end of 2015 by 3 guys, Ben Conrad, Nick Mosseri, and Matt Levin. Ben did a bunch of stuff. Developed the visual effects for the first iPod commercial with the silhouettes. Created the titles for Zombieland. The visuals for Beyonce's Lemonade tour. Oh yeah, and he directed Gymkhana 4 through 8. Nick was his production partner, a guy who knew and knows everybody and loves to introduce them to each other. He's the one who found me and the guy who sent that email that we just saw. Matt Levin worked at Awesomeness and would become Donut's CEO and one of the most important and influential professional relationships that I've ever had. I'm grateful for all these guys. Back then, I was a comedian with varying degrees of success. So what are you guys doing? Is that like a store or something?
No.
Holler. I did a lot of improv, a lot of sketch comedy. I was in some movies and some TV shows. I also wrote for some. And that entire time, I was driving stupid cars. It was like this, and this, and this. Stupid cars. When I got that email from Donut, though, I was in my sister's basement in Chicago trying to figure out how those things might help me get any sort of normal job. Because after years of struggling and feeling like success was just around the corner, I'd all but given up on the idea that entertaining people for a living was in the cards for me. So when I got that email and the idea of combining the only two things that I ever cared about, cars and being funny, was potentially slightly possible, I took it as a sign from God. And I flew back on Spirit Airlines for that meeting. And I'm glad I did. Not even in hindsight, I was immediately stoked. As soon as I walked into the old Donut office on Purdue Avenue and met with the guys who worked there at the time, I was in. It felt special in a way that I'd never seen before. And most importantly, it felt like I belonged there. These guys, they smelled good, and they were actually friends with each other. They all hung out, all the time. It was literally the coolest shit I could have ever imagined, and they wanted me to be a part of it. As their head writer.
Somebody order a race car? Yeah, me.
Initially, I had no interest in being on camera. I was burnt out on performing. We mostly made stunt videos and experimental one-off stuff, so there wasn't a lot for me to do on camera anyway. I was enamored with Ben, and I wanted to learn as much from him and the other guys as possible. Ben was rich, and Ben directed commercials, so I figured I could eventually learn how to direct commercials, and I'd be rich like Ben. My new job at Donut immediately improved my situation immensely. All right? It allowed me enough money to rent a porch. My bedroom, when I first started working there, was a literal porch off the kitchen in a house full of other dudes. That house was full of rats, and it's since burnt down. I accidentally got a pair of shoes sent there, and I texted my old roommate. I was like, hey man, do you still live there? He's like, no dude, that place burnt down. It's gone. I was moving up, but I wasn't satisfied. Not at all, boy. This porch was just the beginning. I want to take a time out here to highlight just how grateful I am for everything that Donut and the audience who've supported it, what I want to do next, not on what I have to do next. And that privilege is not lost on me at all. So for every single one of you that are hopefully watching this right now, thank you so much. It's gonna take a while, dude. The first video I ever made for Donut Media was called Don't Get Screwed Buying a Used Car.
Don't get screwed buying a used car.
It was a VO-driven montage list of all the things that you should do when buying a used car to make sure that you don't get screwed.
Look at the condition of the tires. Look at the brakes. Do the pads and rotors look thin? Do they look grooved like a record? Then they're broken.
The shooter for that video was a dude named Jesse Wood. We bonded over the fact that we both had Vans Authentics on and we didn't know which one of us was the boss, a theme that would continue throughout our relationship and is still very much the case today. We shot the video, and as we were driving back on the 10 freeway, Jesse leaned out of the passenger window of the camera car, hung inches from the asphalt, and filmed rolling shots of me driving the terrible E36 that we just bought. Los Angeles skyline behind me in the sunset. I felt like Ryan Gosling, and I got a friend boner that hasn't gone down in 8 years. I've shot hundreds of rollers since that day, in much cooler locations, in way nicer cars, but that day changed my life. It was the definition of a core memory, and set my life on a trajectory that I'm still currently on, making videos about cool stuff with Jesse Wood. Ironically, the BMW had title issues, subframe damage, and we did, in fact, get screwed. Now, many of you guys probably found the channel from Up to Speed or Money Pit, Wheelhouse, Bumper to Bumper, or if you're an OG, Science Garage. But the time before any of those shows existed was so fun and raw and formative to what Donut ended up being, and the people that worked there played a huge role in the vibe that you guys fell in love with, even though most of them moved on before you ever heard of us. James Kirkham, Jacob Agajanian, Andy Laputka, Sam, Conifer, Levon, Tony Balde, and Hannah Franzini, who Jesse and I still work with today. All of these people were instrumental in developing Donut into something worth paying attention to. The overall feel and purpose of Donut. Several of them went on to start a company called Race Service. Now, this is also when some of the people that you have heard of came into the picture. Nolan was hired as an intern. Felipe Armenta and Eddie Esparza, who have shot, edited, and directed some of the best videos we've ever made, also started their Donut careers as interns.
You guys need any help?
In 2017, about a year after I got involved, Matt Levin, the CEO at the time, asked me to make a video about the history of a car.
800? Why 8? I'll give you 8.
Hey, dude, I haven't seen you in a while.
Give you
Now, I popped up in
8% of that.
Donut videos
How's
here
that?
and there, but my focus really was not being on camera, all right? I was
All right,
happy
ready?
being a part of the team, coming up with fun drift video concepts and making pitch decks, trying to figure out how to say, he will slide around a corner, or
300,
it will be shot in a
400,
fun and interesting
500,
style, a bunch of different
600,
things. Basically
700,
saying, hey, trust us.
800.
Matt insisted, and we decided that I'd host a video about the history of the Nissan
There you go.
Skyline.
You're welcome.
Took a couple weeks to write,
It's all right.
6 hours to shoot, and took Eddie months to edit it on this terrible, hilarious gaming laptop with a literal cracked screen.
Anyone got Mike?
Like if an art department in a movie brought this laptop and was like, hey, some guy's gonna
kids back
edit
there,
on
I need
this
to move
in the movie, people would be like, no fucking way, dude. The thing sucks. Altogether, took about 4 months. It was 5 minutes long.
If you like this format, let us know what else you want us to cover. If you hate my face, let me know. If you want me to die, please tell me how. Please subscribe, comment.
Now, this time we were mostly making stuff for Facebook because Facebook was paying creators well, and Up to Speed, the name we ended up calling this new video, was an experiment on building an audience on YouTube. I'm gonna be real with you guys, all right? Did pretty good. Did pretty good, dude. Got a ton of views right away, and as a reward, I was told that I have to make one every week until the day that I die. Up to Speed changed everything. Let me be clear, the stunt videos Donut could be, and he didn't relent
I'm back.
on reminding us. He pushed
He's a
us
happy one.
constantly, further than we thought we could go.
Dang,
He had
damn
big
it.
ideas. He encouraged us to have
Yeah,
big
so I'm watching
ideas.
Donut Media.
And then
What are you
he'd
doing?
figure out how that we could do those big ideas. No one had ever believed in either me or Jesse to this level before. And I'm sure other people at Donut feel the same way. The amount of respect and confidence that was put in us and the amount of care that was given to our development as creatives and leaders is a gift that I hope someday I can afford on more people in the future. Matt, thank you.
This guy was very funny. Apparently he left Donut Media.
Our first decision as leaders, one that I stand by
You want
to
what?
this day, brilliant move. Hire our friends, teach the interns how to do stuff. One such intern was a young man by the name of Nolan J. Sykes. Perhaps you've heard of him. Now, Nolan is one of the best known and most talented and dynamic personalities in automotive media, but back then, he was a college student with a dream, an amazing work ethic, and a haircut that was years ahead of its time. Nolan sent Matt an email asking if Donut needed interns. Matt told him to email back in a few months. And according to Nolan, he set a reminder on his phone for exactly 3 months from that day. Emailed Matt again and was invited to come meet with the team. Now, when people ask me how they can get a job at a place like Donut or anywhere really, I always use Nolan as an example of doing it right. All right, show that you care, that you're dedicated, that you can respond. Don't be a fucking weirdo. All right, Nolan rode the line perfectly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I think we can all agree that it's paid off for him. The dude is a fucking star now. Now, back then, we didn't know what we were doing. Okay, I'm gonna be real. So we ended up doing a little bit of everything. So in turn, everyone at Donut did a little bit of everything, and together we would tackle more and more bits. He started doing a bunch of those roads, eventually, very naturally, insider at Donut, and come close. He wanted to be serious, and though it's hard, he wanted to be on camera as well. So we had him write, edit, Donut News. It lasted 9 days. In hindsight, that was insane to think a person could
What's going on,
do
guys?
that.
Drop a like for me.
It is a lot of work.
If you love cars,
He
this is the
almost
place
lost
to
his
be.
mind. But he didn't. And
You need a place to hang
kinda
out,
killed it.
vibe.
So we started developing a concept that would go on
Stop
to
on
become
by.
Wheelhouse, the longest running donut show in the history of the channel.
You know, it's very possible my nostalgia for these cars is clouding my judgment.
Working with Nolan has been one of the great joys of my lifetime. When I was younger, I was fortunate enough to have some really great mentors. Guys like Matt Walsh, Colton Dunn, Scott Rogers, Joe Wagner, Eric Moneypenny, Heather Ann Campbell, Ian Roberts, Sam Brown, Trevor Moore, Matt Levitt, and a lot of other people. They all spent hours, weeks, years talking to me about comedy, writing with me, letting me act in their thing, giving me notes on my thing, really helping me figure out who I was and how I could best present myself to an audience and be the best me that I could be. I wasn't a good actor. but I'm a pretty good me. They would tell me when I did a good job and maybe more importantly, how to do a better job when I did a bad one. And Nolan was really the first person I could pass that down to. My first chance to pay it forward and teach someone to do the thing that I love, to participate in a tradition that really formed me. Nolan is also my friend, and the partnership that we shared during those formative days of the
These guys hacking. What game is this? You know what game this is? Oh, this is 2042. Why does it look so good? It's so smooth and fluid. What the heck? This guy's good. He's impressive. This game looks really good. I don't remember it looking this smooth. It's kind of good.
Sweetheart, you can take that away. Looks like my date stood me up. Usually it comes clomping along here around this time and...
Oh, you mean Pilot. I'm sorry, he's being put down.
Put down? Why?
The fines. He keeps breaking out. They tried everything, apparently.
We haven't met. My name is Dwight.
Spencer,
Hey, Spencer.
today's my last day.
Oh, you have another job?
Not yet. Still looking.
You like horses?
I love horses. Why?
I'm looking to buy a horse. It's a white. That's it right there.
I'm sorry, senor. Knacker's on his way.
That's the owner.
A knocker is a person that gets hurt.
They shoot him, sir. They make dog food, glue, leather. He's a good horse.
How much is he giving you?
The knacker.
Yeah.
We pay him, senor.
How about I give you $300 for the horse?
That's plenty, sir. Thank you.
Sweetheart, you can take that away.
Wow.
Looks like my date stood me up. Usually
Everyone's been commenting that I'm like broken and like I need healing and I hope that I get help and
They're right.
no,
Yeah.
I'm fine. Name one thing.
It'd be easy to name what's not wrong with you.
Name one thing that is wrong with me.
Toxic, used to have red hair, daddy issues, anxiety.
Pause. The daddy issues make me fun in bed. The red hair was a moment. Anxiety.
It was a moment twice, because I heard you like had it back in the day too and brought it back. It comes in waves. Can't really stick with one.
Everyone's been commenting that.
That's how you deal with bullies. Whenever they tell you something, you just agree with whatever they say.
Shut the up.
Yes, sir. See how powerful that is?
What's going on?
Easy, yeah. It's way better.
Shut the up while I'm talking, bitch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Please continue.
Okay, thank you.
Oh.
Woo!
Into a scarring. Wow. So he's lost the rear end.
Slinging it around the outside into the first chicane.
Or is it Toro Rosso? It's Toro Rosso. It's Max Verstappen. Into a scarring. Wow.
The first 3 weeks of being at Seattle.
Been here the whole time. You see me now? Been here the whole time. You see me now? Been here the whole time.
Touching me, touching. Update video in helium. So this is.
Yeah.
Alright, we're gonna play some Call of Duty now. Stick with me or hang 10. Yo, yo, yo. Do, 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 do. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Aaron Rodgers just shocked the world with this statement. He said, okay, it's been 4 years.
Check your gear and weapons. We'll be deploying shortly.
I win. I win. I win. I win. I win. I'm here striking 9.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Prep time's over. Now you deploy to the war zone.
Bum, ba, na, 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 bum, ba, ba, he ate at 3, so he could probably be fed again. Oh shit. What'd you say? Feed him or what? I will. I don't know, that's hard to say. I'll feed him.
Enemies dropping into the AO. Hostile mosquitoes online.
Begin off time. Ooh, so dirty.
You're redeploying.
this back and.
Fire sale action. Buy station prices have been reduced.
Not great.
Fire sale's over. Adjust the prices. No more second chances. Only 10 left. Gas is closing in. Gas is moving. Headed to the top 5.
Yes. Alright.
Got gas moving in.
Yes, Lovey. Right now? Let me test something. Take 2 minutes. Let me test something. It'll take 2 minutes. I'm just testing. I am! You're supposed to test. I'm not actually in a game. This is a pre-lobby. Alright. I believe you. Yo, yo, yo. See y'all later tonight. 11:30. 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.